Yeah, I'm a Zenith. The Zeniths are like the priests. They have power to kill undead, and they also have an ability to influence people.
I am a Nightcast. We are
You're Batman.
Yes, Batman. We are spies and assassins and thieves. We do things by stealth. By the way, Apprentice, you're the guy who's the other Nightcast, right?
Yes.
How many dots in stealth and larceny do you have?
Don't start whipping your stealth dick out.
Too late, you already has.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so selfie. No one noticed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you spot it? Quick roll awareness to spot the stealth dick.
If I could use that as an episode title, I would.
Yes. Oh, you can't. Oh.
I can't.
Oh. Oh.
Just use the roll awareness to spot the ...
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, can't you use Latin? Call it in Latin.
Well, no, because unfortunately goons have sort of ruined Latin, and goons watch the show a lot. So.
Yeah.
Fear the penetratus, I think, was the rallying cry from a few years back.
Oh, it's so.
Having broken him.
That's not difficult.
True.
Yeah, you're quite different characters looking at.
Yeah.
I think the only one we haven't really mentioned is Zeb's Eclipse.
What about me?
What Eclipse cast?
We were explaining the cast.
Yeah.
Oh, what the Eclipse does?
Yeah.
Eclipse cast are basically the travelers, the traders, and they're the bureaucrats. They're the paperwork. They're the deal makers.
This is all a very kind way of saying they're just whatever was left over from the others.
Ah, no, to be fair, that's the Woodcast and the Dragonblood. At least Eclipse is actually have an identity.
Our job is basically we're the super diplomats, and despite the fact that I have,
like if it was an anime
bureaucracy. Yeah, let's just say that my job isn't to win wars. My job is to make it so that wars can be won,
or can't happen at all.
Good.
Which is entirely valid.
If it was anything, think Lawrence from Spice and Wolf. That's essentially what he has to do.
Yeah, that's actually pretty much.
I think people know what a bureaucrat is. Just saying.
They might have been lucky. They might not have run into one.
Well, specifically his kind of bureaucrat, because he's a traveling merchant type. So that's what we're talking about here.
Speaking of something actually technically,
and also my character is more benevolent than my backstory. my poor representation of my backstory would indicate.
Can I roll sense motive?
Look. I haven't started lying yet, alright?
Yes, you have. You woke up.
You haven't even told people about your mans yet.
You never forgave me for Calculon, did you?
No!
No one ever will.
No one ever fucking did, because they actually have a brain.
No one ever will, also.
In case you're wondering, folks, this is us trying to avoid having to learn the combat rules.
Yes.
No, I think
may or may not have been a good
trying to do combat.
So here's a question: we're on the other side of the which side of this conflict are we on again?
We are defending the town.
Defending the
because
town.
the town is essentially fallen behind on, I think, major taxes, and now the guild is coming in to break shit majorly. Yeah. I think they're at the point of ripping everything that has any kind of value off the walls, burning what's left, and enslaving the folks, to be honest.
Yeah.
By the sounds of it.
Which was it? Was it Great Forks?
No, if you look at the Great Forks on the map, there's a little grey arrow next to it pointing a bend in the river.
The guild is not stupid enough to assault Great Forks.
Oh, yeah.
Are you using that generator again, Gray?
Yep.
Yeah, but I
like
don't know
it.
what.
Oh yeah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I
It's nice.
think I've seen this map before. Why?
I don't think I have.
You can't have it. It's a procedure generated one I've just knocked up and then coloured in.
Hopefully,
Yes,
hopefully
this layout.
Hopefully it works out better than the last time we used this map.
As I recall, using the map worked just fine. It was just what happened afterwards.
It was cursed.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong time.
Is this the time when we all died?
Anyway,
Well, I mean, not me. I wasn't involved in that campaign, so I'm alright with it.
Yeah.
Not to be
this is
blunt
this
about
is
it or anything, but you know.
Actually,
Alright.
Gray.
Yeah.
Gray, just ask. Since we have another character who's supposed to join us with another army.
yeah, he's obviously got stuck somewhere.
Aha. So he's
He's
his army
leading
will
the
not be joining us.
internal garrison.
All right, we can go.
Either that, or he's setting up a nice ambush.
Yeah. All right. We're just asking for clarification.
Yeah.
We did inform him that ambushes, generally speaking, have to take place while the battle is still occurring, right?
Well, he might have gotten lost.
Oh,
I like that you think that we're going to get through the combat in this session.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm the eternal optimist. What can I say?
We've done stupid.
We may
already-
not even
we're-
get to the
we're-
combat in this session.
We're
That's right.
starting at 141, guys.
Point taken. Okay.
Technically, we started half an hour ago.
Yeah, it's just combat character introductions.
Yeah.
And things may have fallen off the module, including all of my characters.
Alright, so you're in Lancra. You've obviously been here a while.
Have we negotiated our part in the city defense or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first it's gonna be definitely negotiations for. Okay, we're doing it out of charity, yes, but we're still gonna need some compensation.
We can take it in spoils from the actual battle.
No,
Yeah,
those don't count. Those are spoils of
Those
war
absolutely count.
Those kind of do.
Not.
He wants pay on top of looting privileges.
No, looting is just something that generally armies do anyway. But payment.
Well,
We're doing this so these people don't have to pay.
bear in mind that we're working.
I know.
Or get an extension on their loan. payment.
Here's the first break in the group. Those who expect the people they're helping to pay them, and the others who expect, communism.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm a mercenary commander. I have an army of mercenaries.
I'm on team pay me, because how do you determine value without assigning a monetary equivalency to it? So remember that you must have proper services.
Yeah.
In the good economy.
Let's just leave it to Gray for. I vote.
Let's not overcomplicate session 1. Let's go.
Let's.
We can deal with, okay, are we getting paid after we've actually done the thing?
Yeah, because they won't be paying you
I'll
up front. Nobody pays mercenaries
No.
up front.
Yeah. It's almost like they know us.
Yeah. Well, the phrase turncoat exists for a reason.
Yeah, we have to pay. It's half.
We at least got some form of advance. Anyway,
All right, we'll discuss later.
Yeah.
So what is the general line of defense? Go ahead, Graham. Sorry.
You've basically been tasked to hold part of the outer wall. So they've got their own, mercenaries, their militia, but kind of like they know your troops are better trained. They don't trust you. Because I'm assuming you've not walked in and said, "Hey, look, we're Exalted, leading an army."
No. No, we are not.
Honestly
So
speaking,
for this
my
point,
character doesn't even know what being exalted really means.
That's probably for the best, to be 100% honest.
Spiritual.
so I'm going to assume your characters all know each other because it tends to help.
We met.
We've hung out before.
Yeah.
They
If nothing else,
basically hooked up as they saw my army marching. They basically hooked up with me.
We all ended up at the same bar. Gotcha.
I think Sue
This
and I
is-
sort of traveled for a bit before because we do have motivations that would sort of be useful together.
TLDR, this is creation. These kind of occurrences happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fate shenanigans are absolutely a thing.
That's what
I know.
happens when you put spiders in charge of it.
Yeah, President was
I know.
listening to Mouse speak. Make a rally.
Yep, and Mouseif was just holding rallies in the town square until he heard about this whole army's business.
Oh, look, there's a whole army, and the commander is interested in what I have to say. Oh, rubs hands.
This is essentially where the smugglers dropped me off when I fled. Last place
I live not far downriver, so they probably called us first.
Yeah. Anyway, so they've got the problem they've got, as you can probably see from the map, is that the wall has kind of been, the population's increased since they built the wall.
There's been overspill.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of densely populated areas on the other side of the wall. Which, anyone who knows anything about siege warfare, that generally means there's a bunch of ladders that people have helpfully built for them to get up onto the walls.
Burn it down.
Don't burn, just demolition. You basically
That's
tear
the
apart
job
their
you've been given at this point. Yep.
You tear down their.
This is the job for the mercenaries.
This is the job for them. They're not going to
give
use
it to the militia.
Yeah.
The militia will refuse to do it, but if you give it to the mercenaries, they'll just accept the payment.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much.
And also, they get all the bad blood of the destroyed buildings, because you don't need to destroy it all. You just need a decent sized fire break.
Yeah, clearance. So that'll probably mean pulling down like 50 meters of houses.
Yeah, something like that will do.
Which section of wall are we on, Bray?
They just want you to start clearing the whole wall of
The entire wall? Okay.
Yeah, just they want for now. They want you to clear a break, so they can get other people to help demolish, but they need the people out of their homes. And people, for some reason, even though there's an army coming to enslave them all, are a little bit, wary of actually leaving their homes.
Odd that.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially when mercenaries turn up. Your men will probably be looking at the looting.
Then,
Alright.
Then they'll be flogged.
For the Zenith cast, if someone please.
Yeah, it's like I could try to just convince these people to go along with things.
And in worst case, I have mob dispersing rebuke. I can make a social combat check to rout them and make them go away.
Oh, I want to try to convince them first.
Please. I don't know how to make these rolls for charms.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Here we go. Crack the rule books open, guys.
We never got the charms, Sepetus.
I know. I was desperately hoping we might get through one session before we had to.
I have read up on this, so...
Oh, good.
What, you totally get through one session without rolling any dice.
Okay, I'm going to go up to a densely populated section of the wall, and then I'm going to activate... Oh, what's this power called? Respect commanding attitude, which forces everyone to look at me.
I'm gonna follow you around, just with several soldiers.
So I'm gonna put you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk and gather up a crowd using respect commanding attitude, which forces everyone who can see me to pay attention to me. That's not even a roll. I just do that.
Yep. I click on the right.
Okay, and once I get a large enough crowd, I'm going to use heart compelling method, which inspires emotions. I'm going to say we act not for ourselves, but for our community. Your community calls for you to make a sacrifice, but your sacrifice will not be in vain. For it will save all who dwell here. So then I roll my abilities. So that is charisma plus performance.
Would you call that a 1-dot stunt?
Ah, that's a point. We should probably.
Yeah, speaking in character is automatically a 1-dot stunt. So I roll 11 die.
It looked like one of them bolted a bit early.
Yeah,
that's just the way it goes.
So that's a staggeringly good roll.
Yeah, that's 8 successes.
That's a spicy roll.
Yeah, so we compare that to the mental defense of the mob, which is their... See, it's wits plus integrity divided in half, which is probably going to be less than 8.
Yes, it's going to be a little
bit. It could be out mortals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've inspired an emotion in them, and that emotion is to simply go along with this and to accept this for the defense of the city.
Patriotism. You've inspired patriotism within the people.
Yep.
With that many rolls, they're probably going to start pulling down their own houses.
Oh, that's even better.
We're gonna.
I can offer my service to help them transport some goods in the city.
That
I
be
would
good.
say, Miss Vengeful, would you please ensure that they can push the use the materials from the broken down homes as fortifications?
Who?
Me, of course.
Not Miss Vengeful. Whoever has the
Vengeful Jewel of Runaway White Wall.
Tristan. I'm sorry.
What do you want me to do?
Ensure that maybe you can use the materials since they're willingly taking down their own homes. If they could use the materials for fortifications for further out.
Of course. We will use the stones for extra ammunition for catapults, maybe for reinforcements of walls. The wood, maybe we can turn into arrows if we have enough geese.
Or a what's the word? What's it called? Not a barricade. What do you call those things?
Yes, of course. The material will not go to waste.
Okay.
So would that be a war or a bureaucracy roll?
Honestly, it's probably bureaucracy roll for to assist the supplies distribution.
It's more logistics. Yeah.
It's logistics. War is going to be when the battle starts, but we need bureaucracy to make sure that everyone gets enough food, everyone has a place to stay, provisions and supplies are distributed correctly. Gather about all the able-bodied men to fight.
All right, great. So that would be a bureaucracy plus what?
Charisma plus bureaucracy.
1 second, just trying to remember who the other character is. There we
That's
go.
yours,
You changed your. You said the blank picture. I was looking for the blank one. It's changed. That's completely.
No,
different.
yeah, I mentioned Lawrence, and now he picked Lawrence.
Yep. It fit too well. I mean, holy shit.
Well, the shoe fits, you know.
Probably intelligence.
Probably what?
Intelligence.
Intelligence? Alright, so that's 4 dots plus 3, so 7 dice.
Yeah.
Alright. And what's the target?
Ooh.
The other bureaucrats who are in charge of.
No target number.
Well, target's always 7. What
Yeah,
you're asking about is the difficulty. How many successes do you need?
It's probably going to be 3. Challenging. No,
Alright.
not most of these people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, we don't.
Yep. No, he
More
did.
works.
Yep. Joyous, no.
Yeah.
The carpenters make several new ballistas.
So yeah, you kind of clear a good. I mean, this spreads like wildfire through the city. Once people realise that this is their only chance of survival.
And this is spurred on and patriotic fervor.
As this goes on, they'll probably torch the rest of the city beyond the walls without even prompting them.
They concentrate on moving it back, and you won't have time to do. You'll get probably a bit more like 75 yards. Around the gates, a lot of the stones start being constructed into kind of like a secondary like bulwark. So you've got like lines in front of the gates just to break it up a bit.
Probably even internal barricades.
Yep.
They can start making internal barricades within the city walls.
Yeah, so the other side of the gates and some key intersections will have barricades going up. And these are going to be made out of like good timber and stone as opposed to just whatever furniture you can throw.
As opposed to the probably just driftwood that they could get.
Yeah.
What is it called when you have a trench with spikes in again?
It's a
A punji pit, I think if you're talking
No,
about.
not a punji pin where like the spikes are like forcing out, like it's like a fence but pointy.
Oh, right, I know what you mean.
It's a palisade.
Palisade, that's yeah.
Palisade, Cheville de Frise. No, Cheville de Frise is something.
That's they're above ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I was trying to think.
Basically
That was the word I was
translates
trying to think of.
as horse killer.
Horse killer. Yeah, pretty much.
That's essentially what I was thinking they would be making if the. Oh wait, this is Chinese things that don't really have horses. Do
Also, the catapults will not be running out of stone anytime soon. I assume there's catapults in the towers.
Yeah, the place is
Also-
relatively well defended because they're
Also-
quite far out from civilization, so they're going to have to deal with bandits.
And while this patriotic fervor is around, anyone want to do some recruiting for a corps of useful people? Do you have?
I mean, what would it be on it?
Well, it would be essentially like you would want to grab someone to see if they would have any volunteer auxiliaries or such for your crew.
I mean, That would be some again, Patrick, because I have things that are combat related, like ignore need for valid checks and stuff like that. But I don't have anything that recruit more men.
Okay, well then I guess we need to go and start thinking. Anyone who's controlling battle strategy for this part?
Probably me. I have
Not
4
me,
dots in war.
It'll definitely be him then. Yeah, unfortunately, I have no war dots whatsoever.
So we have 2 good spot. We have 2 good. Are you ranged spy or melee spy? Potential.
From a bit of both, to be honest.
I'm primarily ranged. So do you want to go on a? Do you want to go on a good old behind enemy lines ambush during the attack?
Yeah, it works for me.
Oh,
Alright.
assassinate the commander. Decapitate the thing.
So Dusel, if you could do war to do some planning on that.
I suppose, but
War, you need to hold off on that. War stuff generally is done once it
Well,
gets
I mean, I'm just thinking for tactical thinking because we could use the don't take down too much of the sprawl because you could use that as cover for ambushes within that for urban fighting for choke points.
No. Even better. We just leave the sprawl, and when the enemy army arrogantly occupies it, we set it on fire. We have a saboteur after all.
We have 2 saboteurs.
I can make napalm to help
Exactly. Then that's perfect.
I'm never going to turn down free napalm, I have to be honest.
It's not free. It takes me an hour to make 1 dose of it.
Sure,
Then
but I think we have that time.
Yeah, then start making doses, and we'll.
I'm very leery about fire.
I mean,
Fire bad.
Especially in this densely packed place. Like fire is.
That place would be empty. So I actually thought of a little idea. I want to share it with you guys. If the battle is started, we could make a feint. We could make a feint retreat to lure the enemy into thinking that they have overwhelming superiority and actually occupy the sprawl. And if they occupy the sprawl, then we set them on fire.
I don't think occupying the sprawl is the best side. Having them occupy. I'm
They're
thinking
gonna
using
do
the
it-
sprawl for urban
I mean,
fighting
they're
is
going to do
better.
it anyway, but I'm thinking maybe they'll do it on their own, but maybe they will not, and first set it on fire in order to flush out any ambushers and such.
These guys aren't really going for occupation. They're going for basically taking the entire place.
Yeah, but
So they're going to be continually trying to push in.
I meant that if they advance into the sprawl, they might decide to burn it down in order to kill any ambushers we might have inside for safety. For safety, and then besiege and
So, Gray,
down.
how many hours can I get?
You've probably got about a day.
I'm not gonna make 24 rolls.
That would be, potentially overkill.
Wouldn't you need some time to sleep?
Yeah, that's another point. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for 8 hours. Difficulty 2. If I get more than 2 successes, we've got napalm.
What's that, Zen's Apprentice? Are you cursing the crafting rules?
Yes, I was. I don't know why, it just
That's
seems to
2
come to me.
successes. That's 1, 2,
That's 7 successes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have 8 full doses. I don't know how much is in a batch of this. It doesn't actually say. But we've got 8 hours worth of work to make napalm.
Probably a
What?
barrel each.
Wow.
Yeah,
At
that's a
least-
lot of
at
napalm.
least, at least 1 full cauldron each of napalm.
Do you need any materials for that?
I was going to say, do you need mats and a workshop or anything?
Yeah, I was gonna assume that the city would provide that because it's for the defense.
Yeah, fat,
Especially
animal,
with the
animal
Yeah.
fat, some sort of sulfur or something sticky. Or I'm
We
sure
probably
it's
need
some sulfur.
a bit of a roll for that. Probably a bureaucracy roll again.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm going to make this nearly impossible to find, like 8. So 4.